Welcome to EduRev.
Now let's look at the next question. Alright, A can do a certain work in the same time in which B and C together can do it. So A's time is the same as B and C का time together. ठीक है? If A and B together could do it in 10 days, C alone in 50 days, B alone could do it in how many days? थोड़ा सा difficult question है. See, understand. A and B together can do it in 50 days. In 10 days. A and B together could do it in 10 days. C alone could do it in 50 days. ठीक है? What are we going to do? We are going to take the LCM again. So 10 and 50 का LCM हो जाएगा 50 units. So this is my total work. Now let's talk about one day. A, B take 10 days to do 50 units. The one day में they will do 5 units. ठीक है? C takes 50 days to do 50 units. So one day में he will do 1 unit. So if I talk about all of them together, A plus B plus C, these guys do 6 units in one day. ठीक है? These guys do 6 units in one day. But they have given a very important statement, which is this. A's time is the same as B and C's time together. So can I say if the time is the same, the work done will also be the same? That means A एक दिन में जितना काम करता है, B and C do the same amount of work in that time, because only then A का time and B C का time same होगा. So that means if A does X units in a day, B and C together will also do X units in a day. The work done has to be the same. So if I add, this is equal to 6 units. So your 2x is equal to 6 units. That means your x का value is 3 units. ठीक है? X का value is 3 units. Means what? Now we know A, B, C together do 6 units. Correct? उसमें से we know C does 1 unit. ठीक है? C does 1 unit. But you know B plus C was X. ठीक है? B plus C was X. और X का value क्या है? X का value 3 units है. So if B plus C is 3, तो B का value हो जाएगा 2 units. And A का value is 3 units because this plus this gave you 6. ठीक है? Now the question is B alone takes how much time? ठीक है? B does 2 units in 1 day. B does 2 units in 1 day. Correct? He has to do 50 units because we had assumed the total work to be 50 units. तो 50 units करने को कितना टाइम लगेगा? 50 units will take 25 days. So B can alone complete the task in 25 days, and that is your answer. ठीक है? Now let's look at the next question. What does it say? A can complete a piece of work in 12 days, which B and C can complete in 16 and 20 days respectively. All three of them started the work, but A left after 4 days and B left 2 days before the completion of work. In how many days was the work completed? Okay? So our starting process is going to be the same. So A takes 12 days, B takes 16 days, and C takes 20 days to do a piece of work. Our step 1 is to find the LCM of 12, 16 and 20. Now, if I take 120, 120 is not divisible by 16. So the next number which will be divisible by all three is 240. ठीक है? 240 is divisible by 12 also, 16 also, 20 also. So 240 units is your total work. Now let's talk about one day. A takes 12 days to do 240 units. तो one day में कितना करेगा? 240 upon 12, which is 20 units. B takes 16 days to do 240. तो one day में B will do 16 ones are 16 and 16 fives is 80, so 15 units. C takes 20 days to do 240 units. तो one day में C will do 12 units. ठीक है, 12 20s is 240. Now let's add them together. So A plus B plus C in a single day do how many units? 15 plus 12 is 27. 27 plus 20 is 47 units. ठीक है, so these guys do 47 units in one day. But they are saying A left after 4 days. So 4 days में how many units will they do? So this will be 47 into 4. So 7 4s is 28. 4 4s is 16 plus 2 is 18. The 188 units will be done by them in 4 days. So 240 में से 188 units are done. So how much is remaining? This will be 2. 13 minus 8 is 5 and that's 8. 52 units are remaining because 188 units are already done. A left after 4 days. B left 2 days before the completion of work. Now we don't know for how many days did the work last. B left 2 days before the completion of work. So if I talk about, let's say, the last 2 days, okay, the last 2 days, who was working for the last 2 days? See, A had already gone. B also left. So C was the only one working for last 2 days. Now C does 1 day में 12 units. So 2 days में C will do 24 units. So 2 days में C had done 24 units. So out of 52, 24 was done by C in the last 2 days. So how much is remaining? 12 minus 4 is 8. This will become 4 minus 2, which is 28 units. Okay, 20. So 28 units are remaining. Now can you tell me who is going to do these 28 units? Last 2 days only C was there. First 4 days A was there with BC. So in the middle days we had B and C working together. So B and C cumulatively have to do these 28 units. Okay, so B and C have done these units. B and C do how many units in a day? They do 27 units in a day. So 1 day में these guys do 27 units. So 28 units will take how many days? So 28 units will take 28 upon 27 days. So that will be 27 ones is 27. I have 1 extra. So they will take 1 by 27th day. Now the question is, total work was done in how many days? Total how many days were taken? See, first ABC worked for 4 days. Then last 2 days was done by C. And middle ka 1 by 27th day was done by B and C. So total is 4 plus 2 plus 1 by 27. So if you add all of them, it becomes 7 1 by 27 days, and this is your answer. Now let's move on to the next question. Individually, A, B, C, D, E can complete a piece of work in 8, 12, 16, 20, 24 days. A starts the work. After 2 days, B and E take over from him. They work for the next 3 days. And then C completes half of the remaining work and D completes the remaining work. How long did the work last? Now, if you try to do this sum by the reciprocal method, believe me, it's going to take a lot of time and it is going to make your sum extremely complex. But if you use the LCM method, it makes your sum very, very easy. Now, what are they saying? The individual days are given by A, B, C, D, E. So first we'll find the LCM. So 8, 12, 16, 20, 24. Like the previous sum, your LCM is going to be 240 units only. The 1 day में 8 will do how many? A will do how many units? Because A takes 8 days. So 1 day में A will do 240 upon 8, which is 30 units. B will do 12 twos are, so this will be 20 units. C will be doing 15 units because 16 into 15 is 240. D will be doing 20 into, so this will be 12 units, and E will be doing 10 units. ठीक है, these are the individual units they can do in one day. We are not going to add them because they are not working together. Now let's focus on how did they start. A starts the work. After 2 days, B and E take over from him. So A worked for 2 days only. So A 1 day में does 30 units. So 2 days में A has done 60 units. So out of the total work, 60 is already done. So we are left with 180 units. ठीक है, this is remaining. Now B and E take over and they work for the next 3 days. देखो, B and E together will be doing 1 day में 30 units because B is doing 20, E is doing 10, तो total हो जाएगा 30. They worked for 3 days. So 3 days में they will complete 90 units. तो 180 में 90 is done. So you are left with 90 units. Now C then works to complete half of the remaining work. So C works to do half of 90. So that is 45 units. Now देखो, C does 15 units in 1 day. तो 45 units करने को C will take 3 days because 15 3s is 45. So 45 units are done by C. You are left with 45 units. And then they are saying D completes the remaining half. Now, if D is going to complete the remaining half, so D has to do 45 units. D does 12 units in 1 day. तो 45 units करने को कितना टाइम लगेगा? D will take 45 upon 12 days. So 45 upon 12 both are divisible by 3. So 3 4s are, so this will be 3 1s are 3, 3 5s are 15. So D will take 15 by 4 days. So if you convert it, your base will be 4. 4 3s are 12. You have 3 extra. So 3 3 by 4 days. So the question is, total how many days were taken? Total. Earlier A worked for 2 days. Then these guys worked for 3 days. Then C worked for 3 days. And D worked for 3 3 by 4 days. So 2 plus 3 is 5. 5 plus 3 is 8. 8 plus 3 is 11. So your answer is 11 3 by 4 days were taken to complete the entire task.